She leads loud, purpose in her soul, lighting up the world, making broken places whole. She leads loud, echoes through the crowd, one voice, one mission, a movement unbound. Where you lead, live and love out loud. She leads loud, and she makes heaven proud.
Welcome to the premiere of She Leads Loud. I'm your host, Nicky Cuesta from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am your sister on purpose, your guide on this wild ride of leadership, and your reminder that your voice, your vision, your value, and it matters more now than ever before. This show was born for the woman who's done playing small. There's no time for that. I think we've wasted enough time here on earth that it's time to just lead louder than ever. So this is for the woman who is unapologetically dreaming and not just whispering about them, but shouting them from the rooftops. If that's you, you're in the right place. And from here on out, we are attached at the hip because that's how I roll. Today's episode is deeply personal to me. It is about the quote that changed my everything, that changed my life as I knew it. If not now, when? That was the question, the unquestion that unlocked my courage, the question that just set me on a path of abundance, the question that created a community of connection and authentic relationships. And I am just so happy that God whispered that in my ear, and we'll tell you about it in a bit. But it asked me to choose myself loudly, boldly, and on purpose. And honey, I did. And I'm here to tell you all about it. And so can you. We're kicking off the journey with 5 tips to lead loud and make every moment count, because that's what life's about. Life is about taking every second, not for granted, but for purposeful living, for giving back, for creating, for just doing everything other than staying in a box where we were not meant to be. So this is for you, whether you're running a business, raising a family, or rediscovering your purpose. These 5 tips will activate the leader within you today. We waste no time here at She Leads Loud. So let's go and let's get right into it. First, let me take you back to the moment I said yes. The last week of September of 2020, after serving 14 years in corporate America, a good job, good benefits, good coworkers, amazing management, but still my life and my future at this company was in someone else's hands. And though it was a comfortable paycheck, but my soul was uncomfortable. My soul was uneasy and it was so unfulfilled. A lot of great opportunities happened. That's where my skills were built. That's where my systems in my mind were born. That's where all my downloads came in. I literally spent every lunch break at this company with one of my coworkers who started with me at the same time. And I would just share how I wanted to just empower women to show people around the world that they can build their lifestyle, that they can build the true life that they want to live, and how they want to impact the world, and what they want to do, what they want to leave behind. So I decided to take a week off to try out this notary thing. I found myself making $1,600 in an 18-hour work week, giving me more time and freedom that I knew what to do with. It was amazing. It was like, oh my God, like this could really happen. I was already working 40 to 60 hours a week, missing special occasions, times with my family, didn't really have time for self-care, didn't even know what self-care was or self-love. It was all about getting the work done because I valued the work I had put out there. But this week was different. Obviously, 2020 in hindsight is perfect vision. And that's when we got smacked with COVID. And it took a lot of people to a place of really going in deeper than ever before and really finding purpose, really finding answers to what can I do? Why was I put here for? And really started listening to what their gut was telling them and making decisions. So you only had a few choices during COVID. You could either sit back and wait till when this was going to be over, or you could have done something. And that was me. I had to take this leap of faith. So this week, it was different. It was what I had been praying for all along. Even with all the evidence right in front of me, I was still not sure. I still didn't know where was the next paycheck going to come from. What if I don't get a signing? What if it doesn't look exactly what it is? What if I can't make the bills? What if I can't put food on the table? All of those things just kept creeping in and day out in this week long, again, with proven evidence that I could do it. I am worthy. I am capable. And I still couldn't see how I was going to make it. That was until I decided to log in that Monday morning. And my original thought was that I was going to stay to the end of the year because it was a huge project I was working on. Or I was going to complete my 15 years, invest that time, and then I would leave. But we all know that when we say, oh, we'll leave it to Monday, we'll leave it to next week, those days come and go and still no action is taken. So when I logged in that Monday morning, I heard God say so clearly in my ear, if not now, when? 4 powerful words that changed my whole life, that changed my whole perspective. If not now, when? And then I just kept hearing, like, you have been working on this, you have been talking about it, I'm laying it out for you, and you're still not moving. Why? And for the first time, I didn't run from the question. For the first time, I leaned so into that question that I was ready to submit that resignation letter. And I did. And it was the best decision, hardest, but the best decision. Again, no plan B. I had to make it for my inner peace. There was a lot of things going on, various reasons why I wanted to go. Again, I just go back and I love what I did, who I served, and being a corporate trainer and, sitting in meetings with with VPs and directors and working on this system that we were creating. A couple of the thoughts that came in is, wow, I'm going to leave my team. I'm going to leave them with no support. But then I had to go back and say, hey, but what about me? If not now, when? That question kept just lingering and hearing. And that moment led me to walk away from everything. I knew that step was created for me, that this time in my life, the so unknown, was right in my face. And I had to just go. I had to have the faith and really take it to the next level and just see where it would lead me. And I didn't have a blueprint. I just had belief and a whole lot of obedience. Going through college online, all my certifications online, in between everything else I was doing, I already had set that discipline in my life where I would set my time to go to work, come home, take care of my family, and then be 3 or 4 hours until midnight writing papers, doing all these things. So I had already built that years before. And sometimes we forget the strategies and the things that we've put in place to get to the next level of success, that when something else in our lives, those opportunities come to us, we tend to forget what led us to success before. We don't use those tools, but staying obedient in that was all I had at that moment when making that decision. But let me tell you, because of that choice, because of that decision, that is how BALM Global was born. BALM stands for Building a Leadership Mindset. And all I wanted to do is be a speaker, start a YouTube channel, and just share fixed and growth mindset, building leaders globally to be able to do the same. That's how Ladies of Leadership was born, a community that I created in November of 2022 after joining many other communities and finding my publisher and finding all these new amazing people in this world of networking and being in a place, in a room with just so much opportunity, so much love, that it was just the best decision I made. Ladies of Leadership became a movement. We are almost 3 years in to serving 50 plus women and just really being able to take them on a journey of leading loud, of using their voice, of sharing their stories, putting them in books, on podcasts, and on stages all over the world. But again, none of that happens without obedience, without belief, without courage. And when you step into that, you have to lead louder than ever. You have to be seen. You have to have that all in place. But it's something that you gain and you build once you give yourself permission. That is how Lady Boss Bomb came to life. If I've never entered a room to speak for the first time, I would have never met Elena Rodriguez. She is the mastermind behind Prospera TV Network, where you are watching this show today. An amazing sister, friend, and leader that I get to say, I know. I walk life with her, and the beauty that comes out and really stepping into your calling. That's how you and I are here right now, because of that yes, because of that obedience. So we're going to get into the 5 tips that I lived, I learned, and I led through on this journey.
Thank you for watching Prospera TV Network. We hope you're enjoying the show. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
So we're going to get into the 5 tips that I lived, I learned, and I led through on this journey. And it's really to make every moment count, which is one of our taglines here at BALM Global. And She Leads Out is going to elevate that. So the first tip I want to share is be loud with your yes. If not now, when will you say yes to yourself? Stop waiting for the perfect time. Perfect example, Building a Leadership Mindset YouTube channel that I built in February of 2020 was just a seed planted, but it sat there for 2 years collecting dust because of perfectionism, because if it wasn't scripted, it wasn't getting done, because if I didn't have my hair done and my makeup, it wasn't getting done. But guess what? I never lost sight of it, and God never let me lose sight of it. At that time, it just wasn't the right time. And it sat there for the 2 years until I came into this space, which promptly, immediately had me resurrected and build almost 200 interview episodes on building a leadership mindset. So I want you to start declaring what's for you, and then move like it already belongs to you. We have to manifest that. We have to walk through life as if we own it. Because we do. We own our stories. We own the pen that writes our stories. We own the voice that speaks our stories. So I really want you to lean into that. I want you to say yes to the opportunity, to the room, whatever room that is. I want you to say yes to the mic. Don't be afraid of it. Your story needs to be heard, and we'll go into what happens when you don't. And I want you to say yes to the dreams that you have been desiring to dream all this time. There's so many different factors, so many things that we leave behind. And just know, I didn't know where my first yes would take me, but I knew where my no would. I knew where my no would keep me, and that was stuck. And I no longer wanted to be stuck. I was tired of being stuck. And my yes allowed me to break that and to enter into a space of the unknown, but the blessings that came with it. It was worth every single step. And the only way I could do that, if I led loud, if I shared who I was, what my mission was, and how I was going to make the impact, but not just say it out loud, act it out loud, stepping into every room, stepping into every opportunity. And being stuck wasn't an option anymore. It was actually a non-negotiable. We are no longer going to be stuck. Your future lies in the decisions that you make today. So I want you to ask yourself, what is one yes you've been silencing? And what I want you to do with that is write it down. But I also want you to write down next to it, what are the reasons that you have been silencing that? And are the reasons valid? Or are they something you adopted because someone else told you? So again, ask yourself, what is one yes you've been silencing? So we're going to go into tip 2. And it's own the room before you enter it. Ladies of Leadership's tagline is commanding your presence. Remember, confidence starts before the doors even open. You don't need permission to show up fully, but commanding your presence can take you farther than you could ever imagine. Leading loud doesn't mean being the loudest. It means being undeniably, authentically to who you are, no matter what anyone else says. I want you to set the tone with your energy, your presence, and your posture. So I want you to visualize this, and it's very purposeful that I'm standing up during this episode, is because we need to stand in that posture. So visualize this: shoulders back, chin up, and a steady voice. That is confidence. That is awareness that you belong, that you are worthy. Just those two postures: shoulders back, chin up, and a steady voice. I want you to go into every room thinking that. Shoulders back, chins up, and a steady voice. Hello, I am. This is what I do. This is how I serve. Remember, you're not just in the room. You bring something to it. You bring something to every room you step in, whether you know it or not. So walk in there confidently and do so. And own it. We're going to go to tip number 3, and that's silencing the inner critic with inner conviction. Leadership starts in your mind before it manifests in your life. Every "I'm not ready" thoughts is fears, ways of negotiating your destiny. Don't give that inner critic any more power than we already have for all these years, to building what God has called you to build. This is just Imagine. I just imagine sometimes if I would have said no, if I would have said, God, you're crazy, I'm going to just go the other way and I'm going to just keep doing what I do best. And that is what I've been taught. So whatever that is, I need you to silence the inner critic. And I want you to replace it with these words. I was born for this. And yes, you were. I'm learning as I go. And yes, you are. I'll show up anyway. And yes, you will. When you can command that and declare that in your everyday, you become unstoppable. No one can touch that sphere that God has placed around you. No one can penetrate your confidence unless you allow them to. But when you declare it and you stand firm in that you're just unstoppable. And I declare that for everyone watching. So I also want you to name your inner critic. I call my inner critic, hey girl. And now I talk back to her with truth and not intimidation. When I know that something's coming my way, a hurdle, a challenge, a mountain, I know that's not from God, because God doesn't allow his children to be moved by what the enemy tries to say to us. And we're just being intimidated. And when we give that power, we can't move forward. So I say, hey, girl, you are not welcome today. The door is shut. The blinds are shut. You need to go somewhere because God has a plan for me, my community, and who I'm about to serve, what I'm about to do. So don't let it intimidate you. Give her a name or him and talk to that inner critic so you can silence them. Tip number 4 is lead like someone's life depends on it. Because let me tell you right now, that is absolutely what it is. Tell them right now, because someone is waiting for your obedience right now and you don't know it. And people are watching you in silence. And when you show up every day, whether on social media, on your post, a text, in a room, you are the answer to someone's questions today. You have to believe that. You have to know that. You're not just building a brand, you're breaking generational barriers. When you show up, others are free to do so as well. Can I drop a truth bomb real quick? Your no could be blocking someone else's breakthrough. And it also can be blocking yours as well. Don't allow, you have to be discerning. I have to say that. You have to be discerning. But your no that can impact the world is someone else's breakthrough, and you do not want to live with that. You want to be able to step in confidently. Our experiences, our choices, and all those things that happen to us throughout our lives is an answer for someone else. How did we get through it? What tips did we do? Who did we run to? What advice would you give? All of those experiences create those answers for not just ourselves, and we don't know it at the time, we find out later on in life, but it's also the answer to someone else's breakthrough. And the final tip, but my favorite of all, is make faith your strategy. This is my personal favorite, because strategy without faith is just a to-do list, and we have too many of those with unchecked tasks, and we don't need any more of those. But when you use faith as your strategy, it empowers you to get it done. When you align your calling, you won't need to chase opportunities. They'll chase you. It's time to get still. It's time to listen, to pray, to move with divine clarity at this moment right now. So trust that what you carry is enough, and who sent you will sustain you. So I want to give you a daily practice right now. And I want you to start each day with 2 questions. Who am I here to serve? And the second one, what assignment needs my yes today? So it says, here's what I know for sure. You don't have to wait for another sign because this is it. If not now, when? You were born to lead, and not just lead, but lead loud. Lead with conviction, lead with courage, lead with joy, and lead with faith. Because every moment you delay is a moment someone else has denied the gift of you. And I'm here every step of the way, cheering you on as you lead loud, starting today, moving forward. If this episode spoke to your soul, do 3 things right now for me. Is subscribe to this channel so you never miss a moment to lead louder than ever. Comment on this episode with your biggest takeaway. And I want you to start leading louder than ever before. And remember, this isn't just a show. This is a sisterhood, a safe space, a strategy lab, a soundboard for your voice. And until next time, keep showing up, keep shining bright, and she leads loud because you were never meant to whisper your way through purpose. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this episode, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Remember to lead loud.
She leads loud, purpose in her soul, lighting up the world, making broken places whole. She leads loud, echoes through the crowd, one voice, one mission, a movement unbound. Where you lead, living love out loud. She leads loud, and she makes heaven proud. This is your Prospera era, where dreams align with grace, abundance flows like rivers. You've stepped into your place. Rise, reign, and remember, you were born to shine. Welcome to your moment, Prospera, it's time.
We hope you enjoyed today's show on Prospera TV Network. Make it a point to visit us on YouTube and catch all your favorite shows anytime you want. Interested in hosting a show of your own? Or advertising your business on our network? Contact Elena Rodriguez.